What kind of player is Florian Wirtz? He is exciting. He is everything you've read is true. He is a generational talent. He's one of the best players I've ever seen play in the Bundesliga. And I think Liverpool, whatever they've paid for him, it's a bargain because trust me, he is going to be a player to light up Anfield and light up the Premier League.
Welcome back to This is Anfield, and today I'm with Dan O'Hagan, who commentates on football, specifically the Bundesliga a lot of the time. So I thought we'd ask him a bit about the players Liverpool have either signed or are interested in. Thanks for coming on, Dan.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
I think the obvious place to start off is Liverpool's record signing, Florian Wirtz. What kind of player are Liverpool getting?
What kind of player is Florian Wirtz? He is exciting. He is everything you've read is true. He is a generational talent. He's one of the best players I've ever seen play in the Bundesliga. And I think Liverpool, whatever they've paid for him, it's a bargain because trust me, he is going to be a player to light up Anfield and light up the Premier League. He is, you talk about expensive signings being gambles. For me, Wirtz, there's no gamble there. He is world class from the get go. And yeah, a number 10 or a left winger can play across that forward area and so much natural ability. And yeah, I think Liverpool have got themselves a brilliant, brilliant footballer.
You spoke briefly there about his position. But something that's maybe not quite adding up in terms of how Liverpool fans are looking at things is where is he going to play at Liverpool? Because we've already got two left wingers, and the way we played last season, Szoboszlai was more physical. How versatile is Wirtz, to pronounce it correctly?
Wirtz is, I mean, for Leverkusen, he's always been really the player to play in that wide left position. But it's such a free role because he's got so much ability. He starts left, but he'll drift into the middle. He'll be on the right sometimes, but he works really hard back as well. So where will he play for Liverpool? He'll play wherever they want him to because, as I say, he's in terms of his in-game intelligence, he's so versatile and so mobile. He may start on the left, but he probably won't finish on the left. Um, he's a player who I think you need to treat him almost as a free spirit. Let him do what he wants to do. Let him go where he wants to go. And yeah, his record for goals and for assists and goal involvements in the Bundesliga speaks for itself. So it's not really a question of where Wirtz plays, it's if he plays. Because I know at Leverkusen, Alonso said, I'm not really a coach who thinks about positions and formations. He puts players into a team and lets them interpret the game as they see fit in real time. So whether Liverpool will give Wirtz that kind of freedom, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, for Leverkusen, left wing, number 10, either or. But during the game, really flexible, versatile, and can do a job across that entire attacking third of the field.
There is that obvious question of the whole adapt, how will someone adapt to the Premier League? For you, would there be any kind of problems physicality wise, or has he got the full package?
No, I mean, he had a cruciate ligament injury 3 years ago when he was a teenager, and he has come back physically so much stronger. He's really robust. So, yeah, he's a little number 10, but he's robust and strong. I think last season in the Bundesliga, he was one of the top players for Jules One, which says, he's much more than just an attacking force. He works hard for the team as well. So, in terms of the Premier League, which is maybe more physical than the Bundesliga, that maybe not as much as it used to be, I think Wirtz will fit in perfectly. He's got the complete skill set to succeed in English football. He'll be surrounded by other world class players at Liverpool. As I say, as far as gambles go, this is a very, very low risk one for me.
Something that Jurgen Klopp was big on, and we're all assuming Arne Slot's going to continue it, is that there can't be any kind of bad eggs in the squad. From what we've seen, Wirtz has picked Liverpool purely based on on a footballing project, not based on any kind of financial gain over Bayern Munich or Man City, who I'm sure would have been willing to pay similar wages. Would that be a fair assessment that he's a hard worker as well as a really
Yeah,
talented
yeah.
player?
I mean, as far as I know, obviously at Leverkusen, who are a big club but not a massive club, there was never any real friction there in terms of him wanting to move on before his time. He was happy to, do his time at Leverkusen, become this leader on the field at a young age, and I don't think ever gave Alonso a moment's trouble in terms of, trying to force a move or engineer a transfer. So I think Wirtz is a very level-headed guy. I think he's still managed by his family, so he's very kind of family rooted as well. And I think, yeah, I think he is the full package. Technically, personally, professionally, I think Wirtz is worth the investment because I don't really see a flaw in Wirtz the player or Wirtz the character to give Liverpool fans any real worries or concerns about what they've just spent so much money on.
Liverpool have also this summer spent not quite as much money, but still a sizable 30 million sum on his teammate, Jeremie Frimpong. This might have been a surprise for some fans who saw the position Frimpong was playing as a wing back for Leverkusen and assumed that Liverpool wouldn't be interested in him for that reason. So my first question on Frimpong is, why do you think Liverpool have gone for him? What makes him stand out so much?
Frimpong under Alonso had a real explosion in his effectiveness. Um, he's not an orthodox traditional right back. I mean, that for starters, he's not, your player who will just sit there in a back four. He is a flying wing back, more winger than wing back for Frimpong. He relishes getting forward, goal creation, scores plenty of goals as well. Certainly under Alonso at Leverkusen, he really kind of unlocked the player in him. So yeah, Liverpool have got themselves a player who I think he could play even as a right winger, given his skill set. But certainly the way Leverkusen played for the most part last season with a three and then the two wing backs, Grimaldo on the left and Frimpong on the right, he just fitted that system really, really well. And yeah, I think he offers Liverpool something they don't really have in that position. He's not a traditional right back. He's a very modern footballer, Frimpong. Really exciting player, one I've really enjoyed watching for the last 4 years in Germany. And I think as well, another one who's not a gamble because he knows England inside out. He was with Man City as a junior for years and years. Had a spell too in Scotland Celtic. So he knows the British game. His English is, being Dutch, of course, flawless anyway. So again, I think Liverpool have kind of done their due diligence, and he's a player who comes in, yeah, reputation, fee, but again, not really one that there's too much concern of being a gamble for me at all.
And we've seen that he's got a good relationship with Wirtz off the pitch. What was their relationship like on the pitch? Was there much link-up play between them?
Well, I mean, Wirtz was on the left, Frimpong on the right. So in terms of were they passing to each other, not really. But in that Leverkusen team, the one that won the double 2023-24, those two players stood out in a great team. Those two really stood out as great talents. So obviously they're used to playing together. They're used to winning together off the field, have a good relationship as well. And, whenever you go somewhere, it's nice to have someone you already know. So, yeah, that will help the kind of settling process as well. So I think, to sign two players from Leverkusen is actually quite a good move by Liverpool because it takes away, again, that risk of a player not settling so much.
And I suppose the only question about Frimpong is I think it's becoming more evident as we start to get towards pre-season that Liverpool are going to change their system slightly, so it won't be as much of a traditional back four as we saw for last year. That doesn't mean to say it's going to be an Alonso back three with two flying wing backs though. So Frimpong will be asked to do some defensive work. Where do you stand on that? Do you think he's got the capability to do it, or is it somewhere that needs massive improvement?
I mean, as a junior player at Celtic and at Man City, he was a right back. When he came to Leverkusen, he was a right back. They signed him in the window, I think in 2021 from Celtic, came in as a right fullback. It was only when Alonso came in late 2022 that he was then turned into this flying right wing back, which he became in that double win. His pace is extraordinary. He gets into the box like no other fullback I've seen for years and years and years. Assists, goals. As an attacking threat, he's ever present. So yeah, I think Frimpong for me certainly defensively maybe has not been tested enough at the top level. As I say, for Leverkusen didn't really have to do that job an awful lot, but as a young player was certainly trained as an orthodox right back, so he does have that in his locker as well.
And then Liverpool have bought two players from Leverkusen, but there's also someone going the other way, Jarell Quansah. Do you think he's a starter for Leverkusen? Because I know they've lost a couple of defenders, but you're in a better position to know how he would fit in there.
Yeah, Jonathan Tah's gone to Bayern now. Tah was obviously massive defensive leader, vice captain in that double win. Quansah going in, obviously a player with much less experience, but certainly a lot of potential. Will he be a starter? I mean, Eric Ten Hag is the new coach there at Leverkusen. Will he keep the same system? Will he keep a back four? Sorry, back three. Will he go to a four next season at Leverkusen? Um, there's a lot of variables, and obviously Quansah has been signed with potential. But German clubs give young players a chance. Look at Wirtz, for example, a guy who was thrown in at 17 into the Bundesliga. So yeah, I mean, I think he will start his share of games. Will he be a regular starter? Don't know, but certainly I think a player with potential who we've seen British players move to Germany before. The Bellingham's been the case in point in recent seasons, and certainly Jude's case thrived, became the player he could become in the Bundesliga. So maybe Quansah will find his way at Leverkusen as well. So yeah, exciting transfer for Bayer Leverkusen that to get Quansah in.
And I know you're a Wolves supporter.
Yes,
You have
correct.
to say next season, will Frimpong and Wirtz be a success for Liverpool?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think you can never say for certain with transfers if they're going to work out. With all the will in the world, fees don't really matter. It's how the players gel, how they fit in. But I just think having seen Wirtz and Frimpong now over a period of 3 or 4 years in the Bundesliga, they have been a joy to commentate on. They are exciting talents. I think both as well were ready as well for that next step in their careers, and I certainly wish them both well. I think they're both excellent players, and Liverpool have got themselves there yet for a lot of money outlaid, but two players of enormous ability.